From cartoons to live-action sitcoms, this is the rise and fall and rise again of Cartoon Network.
So, in 1992, the icon of a network, Cartoon Network, aka CN, was created. Not CNN, but CN. And in 1993 and 1994, they aired two shows, Space Coast and The Moxie Show. But in 1996, this show aired. This is Dexter's Lab, aka many people's childhood. This show focused on a smart boy named Dexter with his idiotic family. This show did last too long, but when it was peak, it was the shit. Johnny Bravo, which is one of my favorite shows of all time, also was amazing. Focuses on a main character called Johnny Bravo trying to pull hose. What makes this funny is that the man fails so much. Every time my boy Johnny tries to pull a fast one, man's got to clap. But the most iconic show of this era is... In my top 10 best cartoon shows video, this episode made the list. This is one of the most funniest Cartoon Network shows of all time. So funny, it lasted 10 years. Powerpuff Girls was a thing during this time, and yeah, once again, lasted way too long, but it was amazing at its peak. Powerpuff Girls is one of those shows you expect to be for girls, but when you watch it, it's one of the most extreme shows of all time, and that's why I love it. Teen Titans was also a thing during this time, not Teen Titans Go, with some of the best storytelling and ended off on such a huge cliffhanger that people to this day try and figure out. Courage the Cowardly Dog is one of the best shows out of this. This is a show I might do a retrospective on. I've never done a retrospective, so yeah. Here's some more shows to air during this time. Codename Kid Next Door, Samurai Jack, Cow Chicken, The Adventures of Grim and Mandy. But then a lot of shows started to get canceled, and many argue this was the fall of Cartoon Network. But then Cartoon Network aired one of the best shows of the network. This amazing show saved Cartoon Network for years, until 2009. So what does CN stand for? Cartoon Network. We already knew that. The reason why I bring this up is because on the network called Cartoon Network, it should have, cartoons, but nope, they aired sitcoms. And let me explain. So in my Nickelodeon video, I explained the sitcom era, which was a pretty big success overall. And yeah, since times were changing and cartoons were exactly the rhythm, they wanted to be like the Drake and Josh and iCarly. But what I didn't mention in my Nickelodeon video was Nickelodeon was inspired by Disney, which I will do a video essay on Disney if this video gets 50 likes. So Cartoon Network wanted to make themselves bigger and make huge shows like Nickelodeon and Disney. But Nickelodeon kind of failed to sell Miranda Cosgrove, Drake Bell, and Victoria Justice's career. But these live action shows aren't even worth reviewing. There are so many horrible oops, I said they suck. Oh, my bad. But yeah, it was so sad to see these shows suck and see this network fall in general. Everything that made it so good and just spit on it. Ed, Ed and Eddie thought their home and the imaginary friends ended. And this was the last straw for fans. The network was dying and Nickelodeon was winning. But in 2010, greatness struck again.
Adventure time! Come on, grab your friends. We'll go to very distant lands. We'll take the dog and then the human. The fun will never end. It's adventure time.
Adventure Time aired in 2010 and it was a breath of fresh air. Everyone adored this show. As a kid I watched like 2 episodes, but that's it. I don't remember them. But then I grew up and I watched them and yeah, now I love this show. This set up Cartoon Network for the next 10 years. And more shows came. Regular Show, Steven Universe, and many, many more. One sad thing happened, though. Sadly, Teen Titans Go aired and took up a lot of watch time, and also Powerpuff Girls the reboot. And so did Ben 10. So there were a lot of duds. And there were big duds. But then again, we still got OKKO, which happened in the 2010s. And finally, CN finally aired cartoons. Cartoons were fun again. And during this time, people like Phantom Strider, Alpha J Show, and my idol, Gem Reviews, joined the platform and started reviewing Cartoon Network in the 2010s. The 2010s was such a great decade for us cartoon reviewers, and I hope that the future of cartoon reviewers grows and becomes better and better. Cartoon Network is finally back on track, and hell, even now, we got good shows. Mau Mau, Amphibia, Craig of the Creek. This is the opposite of Nickelodeon. Unlike Nick, Cartoon Network listened to critics and did what they wanted and finally paid off. Nickelodeon usually just slapped their fans in the face and gave them a run for their buck, but CN made cartoons amazing again. Everything wrong with Nickelodeon isn't done here. Maybe there is reboots, but that happened at least 7 times. This decade, actually, most of them reboots were good. Just continuing the Ben 10 story. Yeah, those were the only reboots. Ben 10. And then the Teen Titans Go, Powerpuff Girls, and the Ben 10, the kids one, sucked. But overall, let's get to the conclusion. Cartoon Network could die. HBO Max recently infamously canceled many shows, and it could affect the network in a big way. So CN is in danger. But overall, there hasn't been huge effects so far. Well, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Follow my Twitter, join my Reddit, and make sure to like and subscribe. Turn on notifications on for the new video. And join my Discord server. Thank you all for 200 subs. And this is RJX5, and I will see you on the flip side. Goodbye.